Hello everyone, my name is Dee. Welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome back if you have been here before. Today we are going to be doing a quick little reading to see if your person is thinking about you, and if so, what is on their mind. So for pile 1, we have green aventurine. Pile 2, we have some type of agate here. And for pile 3, we have rose quartz. Hello, pile 1, my green aventurine pile. Let's see, is your person thinking about you? Which I'm quite sure they probably are. And if so, what is on their mind? What are they thinking about in regard to you and the connection itself? Okay, pile 1. Let's see, are they thinking of you? Oh, had one card slip away. We've got the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups, I would say yes, absolutely. Unequivocally, they are thinking of you. You are definitely on this person's mind. The Queen of Cups also, as far as what it is that they are thinking about, I would say this card would represent that they do have romantic types of feelings about you. I would say that they are very attracted to you inside and out. So the Queen of Cups, it'll bring up, not only physical beauty, but it will also bring up that this person finds you to be someone who's very kind, very compassionate, very loving, someone who's capable of giving and receiving love, somebody who puts their time, effort, and energy into things, and somebody who is generally quite open with their emotions and quite expressive, let's say, when it comes to their emotions, or at least that is their viewpoint of you. So again, or as always, please take what resonates and leave the rest. Okay, this person has you on their mind. They look at you as somebody who's incredibly beautiful. They look at you as somebody who is very supportive and caring. They definitely have, let's say, romantic feelings for you, and that's something that's on their mind. So now let's see what else, because we've got our yes answer. The Queen of Cups to me would bring up a yes. This person is thinking of you, and they think of you quite highly. You're somebody that they are quite fond of, if I dare to say it. Okay, we've got the Empress coming out next. I'm loving this reading. It's so cute. So we've got the Empress. The Empress is going to represent that they look at you as someone who is very, again, nurturing, someone who's very, kind, caring, someone who is very loving. It's like you have a lot of love to give. For some reason, that's something that is coming up here. I'm not sure how or if they would express that to you, but I do feel like one of the biggest messages that are coming through perhaps right now is like you have a lot of love to give. That's something that or a way in which they view you. So again, they look at you as someone who's very open, very emotionally expressive, and also very comfortable and confident in themselves. So again, whether this resonates 1000% or whether it is just their perception, they do look at you as somebody who is extremely confident and comfortable being themselves, somebody who's very confident and comfortable in their own skin. And that's something that very much so attracts them to you. Okay? I feel like, for you, your confidence here and your comfortability. And I also feel like even when we come back to that comfort word, they also feel very comfortable being themselves around you. Because I feel like between this Queen of Cups and the Empress, you're not judgmental. They know that you're not judging them. They know that they can be themselves. They feel very comfortable and confident even themselves being themselves around you. So I do hope that makes sense. And I feel like the Empress absolutely brings up that, kind-heartedness and that caring and supportive energy that the Queen of Cups will also bring through. Okay, so for some reason they've got this, they've obviously got this on their mind a lot because they are thinking of, I feel like too, they're thinking of you and just like, how or what it is that they admire about you and how and what it is that they like about you. Okay, I also feel like too, even with the Empress especially, that physical beauty, the Queen of Cups is like a sweet little like you're beautiful inside and out. And then the Empress is like a lot of attraction, like a lot of physical or sexual attraction toward you. I feel like the Eight of Wands also brings that up. To me, the Eight of Wands, it can represent more so of physical intimacy, but it could also be representing that there is very strong chemistry between the both of you. So this person's very drawn to you. They are very also, I would say, with the Eight of Wands, excited about this connection and the possibilities of which it could go to, and the possibilities, let's say, of what it could grow to. Okay, the Empress is definitely going to highlight that this person views you as marriage material. And I feel like the Eight of Wands more so, even though the Eight of Wands is very quick moving, it kind of brings that back to earth, or maybe is an indication that your person feels like they have to get to know you more, they have to communicate with you more. Because I would also look at the Eight of Wands as communication. So this Queen of Cups and the Empress, it's very clear that they are very attracted to you, that they have romantic feelings for you, and that there's an emotional bond that's been built between the two of you. But I feel like that Eight of Wands is like, we need to explore this more. And that's something that they are thinking about a lot right now, is some sense of exploration or getting to know you better or communicating with you more is something that's very heavily on their mind right now. So I do hope that that makes sense. And now let's get one more card out here. And we've got the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles, to me, it's almost like what I got from it, or what I heard when the card first fell out, was like, lock it down. And I feel like, again, we get this sense of this person looking at you as marriage material. We get this sense of this person feeling very comfortable and very grounded when they are with you. And it's funny that the Eight of Wands, because I really do not look at the Eight of Wands as like a, we need to bring this down to earth type of card. So I love how the Queen of Pentacles jumped out and kind of affirmed what I was picking up on intuitively, because the Queen of Pentacles is very grounded. The Queen of Pentacles knows, again, whether it's a man or a woman that you are seeking like information about, or wanting to know what it is that they're thinking of you about, the Queen of Pentacles is just a very grounded individual. The Queen of Pentacles knows, okay, I have these very strong feelings about this person. I want to explore this more, but I need to bring this down to earth. I need to figure out a way to make this connection work in my reality, like in the tangible world. How am I going to get this from? Because for some of them too, a lot of this could be, even especially with the Eight of Wands at times, it could bring up distance. So it's almost like right now they might be an admirer from afar. Okay, the two of you might have this deeper bond with one another, but maybe for some of us, they haven't exactly expressed that yet. And that's why they need to begin to like take this down to earth, get this out of their head and bring it into their reality. Okay, so that they're not so much that admirer from afar anymore, or that person that, has a crush on you, and that there's someone where the both of you can figure out how this is going to work in real life and not just in their head. And I feel like that's the admirer from afar, and that's the distance. Although, of course, for some of us, maybe it is a literal physical distance, but I don't feel like for the majority of us it is. I feel like for many of us it's more so this sense of this person has a lot of attraction toward you. This person has strong romantic feelings for you. This person feels like you're beautiful inside and out. This person has seen and felt how nurturing, caring, loving, kind, and supportive you are. And between your personality and physical looks and the attraction and the chemistry that is between you both, this person knows that they need to begin to either communicate more, make more of an effort, show up more, whatever it is that they need to do at this point in regard to this connection to make it more stable and secure, to make it more serious perhaps than it is right now. It seems like your person is thinking about how it is that they can make that effort in order to do so. So pile one, I hope very much so that this made sense. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you today, and I hope that everybody has a wonderful day. Hello, pile two. Let's take a look at if your person is thinking of you, and if they are, what is on their mind in regard to you and in regard to the connection itself. Okay, pile two, so let's take a look at whether or not this person is thinking of you. And I had 2 cards just shoot out into my lap. So I've got the Six of Pentacles and the Empress. I would say, hell yeah, they're thinking of you. And just to briefly kind of go over some of what it is that they might be thinking about in regard to you, just based on the, affirmative, yes, this person's thinking of you, is the Six of Pentacles to me is highly indicative of reciprocation. So part of what I feel like could be coming through here, and again, this is their perception of things, is that you're somebody that is giving them or showing them equal time, effort, and energy. It's funny because I feel like similar messages came out last week. I don't exactly remember what the cards were, but I remember in one of the readings, or maybe even in both of them, there was, or I think it was actually multiple piles in a certain reading that I posted last week. It was almost as though your person is not used to receiving that time, effort, and energy. To the point where it was actually kind of, I remember saying pile 2, and I feel like it came out for pile 2. So I'm curious how many people, because I know me, myself, I'm a pile 2 gal. I typically tend to pick pile 2 if I'm doing a pick a card. And I'm wondering how many people typically will choose pile 2 that, are subscribers and come back and watch, or have come back and watched multiple videos of mine. But anyway, pile 2, that's a research question. But what I find really interesting here, because it's a very similar message to what was coming up last week, is and to the point where it is kind of sad, it's like your person's not used to somebody putting in effort when it comes to them. So to me, that can be an indication that the person that's on your mind, or the person that you're seeing right now, is someone that, really isn't used to somebody else, like, put in effort in either wanting to get to know them, or putting effort into planning things with one another, putting effort into dates. It's almost as though, like, in the past, they might have at times with that Six of Pentacles especially gotten taken advantage of or gotten used by other people, whether it was like getting taken advantage of by their time, effort, and energy, or getting taken advantage of via their generosity. Because how it is that they think about you, they actually find this to be one of the most, or this relationship, there's a lot of reciprocation in it, and they're not exactly used to that. I feel like with the Empress is a card that is indicative of nurture, of kindness, of holding space for someone, of being there for someone, and of this person feeling like you're somebody that they can depend on and rely on, somebody that they feel very comfortable with. They feel comfortable being themselves, and they also feel like you are someone who's very comfortable and confident in your own skin. The other thing that comes through with the Empress is physical beauty, but I do feel like the Empress is one of those cards that will bring up a perfect blend of both physical and emotional intimacy. So there's a stronger emotional bond that you and this person have with one another, as well as there being a stronger physical bond as well. Okay, and as always, take what resonates and leave the rest, okay? Let's see what else. Now let's get into what does this person think of you. Okay, they're thinking of you. What are they thinking about? We've got the Queen of Wands, the sexiest of all the queens. So again, we get this strong indication of them finding you to be very physically beautiful. And obviously there's romantic feelings going on here. I also feel like the Queen of Wands is going to bring up chemistry. It's going to bring up passion. I also feel like part of what it is that they think about you or think in regard to this connection is just like it's almost like they themselves feel like there's a lot of chemistry, and that they have a lot of passion and attraction toward you, and they're passionate about seeing where this goes, etc. But I feel like even when we go back now to that Six of Pentacles reciprocation message, they're really, it's almost like they're either attracted to, or they just feel very good about, and it's boosting their confidence, how attracted you are to them as well. And how passionate you seem to be about the connection as well. That's something that also, like, either makes them feel, it kind of, I guess, just makes them feel good is the way that I could put it. I can't think of a better way to put it than that. So that'll do. Let's see what else. Oh, 10 of Cups. How beautiful. So the 10 of Cups is really highlighting that there are romantic feelings within this connection. And I also feel like the 10 of Cups would be indicative of this person viewing you as marriage material, which, by the way, would also come up with the Empress. So this person views you as marriage material. They also view you as somebody that there's a very strong, maybe even spiritual or soulmate type of connection going on here. Or just in general, they see you as somebody who is potentially the one, potentially a soulmate. They really feel, too, a deeper emotional connection to you. And even with the 2 cards to jump out as far as, like, what are they thinking of you? We again get physical attraction and attraction to who you are on an emotional level. So that's your personality, that's the way you treat them, the way you are as a person, etc. So they're really attracted to you, or they look at you too, I would say, as the total package. Okay. I also feel like with that 10 of Cups, there's a strong indication of this person perhaps thinking of ways in which to deepen the level of commitment within this connection. So they want to move things forward with you. And I also feel like part of the 10 of Cups is also, I would say in a sense, idealistic. Like they're seeing this with you, or they're seeing that they could have a life with you. And that's been something that's been on their mind. So again, hope that makes sense. Okay, pile 2. Let's try to get one more card out here. What is pile 2's person thinking about when they think of them? And we've got the Devil. And I feel like just based on everything else that has come out here, and how beautiful, honestly, the rest of the reading was. I don't always look at the Devil as a bad guy, to be honest. So to me, the Devil is really just bringing up sex, like something that they're thinking about right now, or have on their mind in regard to you is just simply sex. Okay, sexual fantasies, thinking about, getting together with you. And I feel like that's also relayed through some of these other cards as well. Like we've got the Empress here. The Empress is representative of good sex. We've got the Queen of Wands, the sexiest of all the queens. And now we've got the Devil out here. So definitely feeling rather horny when it comes to what it is that they feel, or what it is that they are thinking about you. And I don't just want to I also feel like, though, that 10 of Cups and the Empress and the 6 of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands, they do tone down the sexual thoughts, let's say. Like there is a lot of attraction, or there's a deeper emotional bond that the 2 of you have. It's not just all about the sex, as we can see here, but sex is definitely a thought in their mind right now in regard to you and the connection itself. So thank you so much, pile 2. For allowing me to read for you today, and I hope that everybody has a wonderful day. Hello, pile 3, my rose quartz pile. Today we are taking a look at whether your person has you on their mind. Are they thinking of you? And if so, what is it that they are thinking about in regard to you and the connection itself? Okay, pile 3, let's see. Are you on this person's mind? Are they thinking of you? We've got the 7 of Wands. Very interesting. Now I have to see, what are they thinking about in regard to this connection? I've got the 3 of Swords. Okay, so that's kind of what I expected. I would say yes, this person does have you on their mind, but there's definitely something that has gone awry in regard to this connection. So that 7 of Wands to me would indicate that this person has a mega guard up right now in regard to you and in regard to this connection. Part of what they are thinking about is hurt and heartbreak. So you could have hurt them, or they could have hurt you. I want to get a couple of more cards out here to see what the heck is going on, pile 3. Because right now too, I feel like this is actually reminding me of an oracle card. I'm not sure if I'm going to get the message 1000% to what it actually is, but it's almost like it's almost like this message of I act like I don't care, but I do. This situation is affecting me, but I'm throwing up this massive guard right now, and I'm trying to block it all out, but I'm actually really fucking bothered. Because I feel like that 7 of Wands is kind of we're trying not to, especially in this sense, are you on this person's mind? Yes, you are, but this person's trying to protect, block, guard themselves, whatever the case might be, from you, from the connection itself. I feel like part of the reason why is because there's a lot of pain perhaps that is going on right now. What I don't exactly know is if they're in defense mode, which the Seven of Wands can be indicative of, like they could know that they really screwed up here and they're not quite sure of how to fix things. Okay, what are you? You just flew onto the floor. We've got the Knight of Swords. This person I feel like is a runner. We've got the Knight of Swords and we've got the Queen of Pentacles. I feel like this person's really, and then Four of Swords at the bottom of the deck. I'll kind of just like throw them off to the side over there. But I really feel like what's going on here is this person didn't really know how to, I guess I could say, handle the connection. Because when we see how it is that they think of you, we've got the Queen of Pentacles out here. So I feel like what occurred is, yes, right now you're on this person's mind and they are regretful of the way that this went between the two of you. And I feel like part of what's going on here per se, especially as far as what it is that's on their mind right now, it's like they hurt you by running. And you're someone who is and has always been very nurturing, very caring, very supportive, kind, uplifting. You've had their back at times when nobody else has. And I feel like that's something that is sort of coming through here. Or they knew, just as the way that you are. So pile 3, let me preface this too before I get any more into it. This may or may not resonate with everybody. So if it does not resonate for you, it is not meant for you. Please take what resonates and leave the rest. But I feel like right now when it comes to this person and what it is that they're thinking about, they're still trying to block or guard themselves from you because they don't exactly want to take accountability for their actions. I feel like that Four of Swords, it can indicate low or no communication with one another. And for many of us, I would say it is no communication. For some of us, we might be blocked or we might have them blocked. Okay, so to me, it's kind of like this person has you on their mind in the sense that they're trying to protect themselves and they are in defense mode. Okay, I would say defense mode is definitely what they have been triggered into, but I feel like a lot of that is because they know that they really hurt you and you've been nothing but kind and loving and gracious with them. Okay, I feel like this is the type of person that runs when a relationship or a connection gets too real for them. They get scared, they run off, and they really did hurt you, and they know that they hurt you, and they're not willing or ready to take accountability for any pain that they may have caused. Okay. I hope, but also don't hope that this makes sense. Just because there's a lot of, let's say, pain that's coming through here, or you yourself might still be hurt or heartbroken by this person, because I do feel like they sort of, what I feel like the Knight of Swords brings a certain impulsivity or quickness to whatever it was that occurred between the two of you, which is actually bringing me back to another oracle card that says something like a relationship or a connection devolving quickly. And I feel like that's what happened here. I feel like things were all fine and all good. You were still your loving, supportive self. Things seemed like they were moving in the right direction. And it was like all of a sudden, this person, I feel like for some of us, they could have not in a literal sense, but they could have dropped a bomb on us where you were taken aback and you were like, holy shit, I wasn't expecting this, especially with how well things seem to have been going. Okay. And I feel like right now your person is in defense mode because they're not ready for taking accountability when it comes to this situation. They're not ready to face the consequences of their own actions. I feel like for some of us, we either block them or have no way of communicating with them, like we deleted their contact or something. We at this point, we're still feeling hurt. We're still feeling heartbroken, but we also know that we deserve more than whatever this person was giving us, because the way that they could just switch up almost in an instant when it came to us. And I feel like when it comes to your person, they're thinking about the hurt and the pain that they have caused. They themselves are not feeling too great about themselves at this point in time. They're feeling very, protective and guarded over themselves at this point in time. They are on defense mode, and they're trying to, it's almost like, they know that they hurt you. They do regret that, but I don't feel like they're the type that's going to take accountability for it. I feel like they are regretful of their decision. They're regretful that they ran away, because especially now in retrospect, now that they've had time per se to reflect on what occurred between the both of you, they're definitely recognizing that you were never anything except for kind, nurturing, gracious, loving, and supportive with them. So they know that they've given up on a connection, or rather that they gave up on a connection that really could have been special. But I would also say, when it comes to this person, they had, just in general, like maybe now I'm getting into more so advice and guidance. When it came to this person, it's like they were not in the place to start a romantic relationship, and rather than communicating with you and being open and honest with you like a decent person would, they instead at some point decided to run, which I feel like they did on an impulse, which I also feel like they might have done in a, almost very brash way. So for some of us too, this person could have ghosted us and really left us in the dark about, like what the hell was going on in their head. I feel like this person definitely lacks in their communication skills, and just overall was someone that, they definitely ran from something that could have potentially been a good thing for them. But I feel like for you, this person's guard was very high. I feel like for you, even going back or looking back at this person, it would be very difficult for you to ever trust or accept them back into your life, due to the way in which things ended, or the way in which they ran or ghosted or cut contact with you, etc. Okay, so again, I guess just to briefly retouch on what it is that they're thinking about in regard to you and the connection. They're on defense mode. They're regretful. They know they ruined something that could be good for them, but they're not planning on taking any accountability for that, at least at this point in time. So I do hope that makes sense, pile 3. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you today.